Hello scholars, welcome back. We're looking at multiples, right? So what is a multiple? A multiple is a number that you get from multiplying two numbers to other numbers. So if I say 5 times 4 give 20, 20 is a multiple of 4 and 5. Think of the results of the times tables as multiples of whichever table it is. Right, so all the numbers, all the answers, the results, the products, when you're saying your times table, say if you say 3 times 1 gives 3, 3 times 2 gives 6, 3 times 3 gives 9, the 3, 6, and 9 are all multiples of 3 because it's the 3 times table. So that's what we mean by whichever table it is. If it's the 4 times table, all the products along the side, those are multiples of 4. So basically we get a multiple by multiplying two numbers with each other. Now if you're asked to list, for example, the first 3 multiples of a number, they're really asking you to list the 3 times, the times table, the times table, the first 3 results of the times table of each of these. That's what they're really asking you for. So 1 times 1 give what? 1 times 2 give what? 1 times 3 give what? That's what they're asking, right? The first 3 multiples. So let's fill those in. We know that 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 2, 2, 1 times 3, 3. These are the first 3 multiples of 1. The first 3 multiples of 5, 5 1's 5, 5 2's 10, 5 3's 15. So the first 3 numbers that 5 can divide exactly into are 5, 10, and 15. The first 3 multiples of 8, 8 1's are 8, 8 2's are 16, 8 3's are 24. First 3 multiples of 3, 3 1's 3, 3 2's 6, 3 3's 9. First 3 multiples of 7, 7 1's are 7, 7 2's 14, 7 3's 21. First 3 multiples of 2, 2 1's 2, 2 2's 4, 2 3's 6. First 3 multiples of 10, 10 1's are 10, 10 2's are 20, 10 3's are 30. So do you get the gist of it? So we're saying when we're asked to list any number of multiples, we're really just listing the timetables. Really, that's what it boils down to, right? We're listing the times table for whichever number we're being asked to list the multiple of. Because you get a multiple by multiplying the number by something, and if they want the first 3, that means you're going to multiply the number by 1, multiply it by 2, and multiply it by 3. If they want the first 5, same thing. From 1, multiply it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they just want you to list any multiple, then you can just pick any number that this number can divide exactly into. Or maybe they want common multiples, which I'm going to be doing a video on right after this one. So by the time you're watching this, that video would have already been uploaded. So you can check the video that talks about common multiples, right? But if they want the first 3, they want you to multiply the number by 1, multiply the number by 2, multiply the number by 3, and those are your first 3 multiples. So let's continue. 15 times 1, 15, 15 times 2, 30, 15 3 is 45. And my scholars, remember, you can always go to the side, get your rough work paper, always have your rough work paper to check. Because you don't want to take what I'm telling you, you want to check it for yourself. You're a mathematician, that's what mathematicians do. We check and double check and triple check. And we correct each other. If we see errors, we point them out to each other, right? So you need to, while I'm working, you need to be working it out to make sure you keep me sharp, right? So 20 times 1, 20. 20 times 2, 40. 20 times 3, 60. These are the first three multiples of 20. 4 ones, 4. 4 twos, 8. 4 threes, 12. Those are the first three multiples of 4. You get the hang of it. You're getting the hang, the knack for this, right? 6 ones, 6. 6 twos, 12. 6 threes, 18. 9 ones, 9. 9 twos, 18. 9 threes, 27. So those are the first three multiples of 9. 11 ones, 11. 11 twos, 22. 11 threes, 33. First three multiples of 11. So we're getting there. We're going pretty fast because it's really simple. It's really, really simple. They're asking us for the first three multiples. So we're just going to multiply the number by 1, multiply it by 2, multiply it by 3. Alright, so 13 times 1, 13. If you need to go to the side, if you don't know your 13 times table, just go to the side and multiply 13 times 2 and you will get what? 26. And 13 times 3 gives 39. So these are the first three multiples of 13. Alright, so we bounce off 2 batches of them already, right? Just like that. So now we're over here. 100. 100 times 1 is what? 100. 100 times 2, 200. And 100 times 3, 300. So don't look at the big number and say, oh my God, what am I going to do with this big one? No, you do the same thing that you did with the little ones. You multiply it by 1, you multiply it by 2, you multiply it by 3, because they're asking for the first 3. We're not scared of big numbers. So the 25, 25 times 1, 25. 25 times 2, 50. Go and work it out and check. Set out 25 times 2. Check it for yourself to see if it's really 50. And 25 times 3, that gives 75. Don't take my word for it. Go and check. Alright, so now we're at the 30. 30 times 1, 30. 30 times 2, 60. 30 times 3, 90. You really think we should be going this fast? You think we should slow down? This is just too easy, man. So we just have 4 left. Okay. 12 ones, 12. 12 twos, 24. 12 threes, 36. How about the 50? 50 times 1, any number times 1 gives the same number. And you should know that there are 2 50s in 100. So 50 times 2 give 100. Everybody should know that. You shouldn't even have to work that out, okay? There are 2 50s in 100. And then 50 times 3 would give 150. I'll see with you if you have to work that one out. Right, 50 times 3, go to the side and check it and see if you got the same thing that I get. When my students are in the class and I'm teaching, I say to them, keep checking while I'm going because I can make a mistake and you might be the one who has to point it out so everybody can benefit. Because some students just love to write things from the board. I tell my students, no, you need to be looking at what I'm doing, seeing if it makes sense. Because I might make an error, and if you don't point it out, maybe the other students write off the nonsense and gone home with it. So if you see me doing something on the board and you pick up that it's an error and I didn't pick up that it's an error, point it out in the comments so that I can announce it in some way so others can benefit. Alright, so we have 2 to go. 45 times 1 is 45. Work out 45 times 2 quickly on your rough work paper. I believe you should get 90. Check it for yourself. And then 45 times 3 would give 135. I believe that's what you should get. Check it. If you don't get that, let me know. Alright, so we're at the 21. 21 times 1, 21. 21 times 2, I believe that's 42. And 21 times 3, I believe that's 63. So these are the first 3 multiples of 21. Alright, so just to recap, to refresh ourselves on what we have said right now, a multiple is a number that you get from multiplying 2 other numbers. Think of the results of the times tables as multiples of whichever table it is. So all the results along the side of the 9 times table, all those numbers at the end, 9 times 1 give 9, 9 times 2 give 18, 9 times 3 give 27, 9 times 4, 36. All those results, the 9, the 18, the 27, the 36, those are all multiples of 9. And if they're asking for the first 3 or the first 5 or the first 10 multiples, you're giving them the first results of the times table. You multiply the number by 1, multiply it by 2, multiply it by 3, whichever number of multiples they want, that's what they're expecting you to do, right? So here we have, we went through this and we did so many examples. We moved pretty quickly because this is simple stuff. They're just asking us to multiply by 1, multiply by 2, multiply by 3. First 3 multiples. And we did that, right? And you guys can always check to make sure that we got the correct results, okay? So if you have benefited from this video, which I really hope you have, please drop a comment to say to me, thank you, miss, for sharing the information. And I would encourage you to share the video so that other students can benefit just as you have benefited. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it with your classmates. Share it with your neighbors. Share it with your friends. Share it with anyone whom you think can benefit from the information. If you have not subscribed to the channel, now would be an excellent time for you to do so. And if there are any topics that you would like for me to cover, to do a video on that particular topic, please let me know in the comments and I will certainly do that for you. So my scholars, I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Continue to practice your math. Continue to share the information so your confidence can build and you can build others as well.